Hey, how are ya? I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to come on. Alright, so, figured I'd get on and do a reading. Tonight is the night of the full moon, with the full moon being in Virgo. So what does that mean for us? Basically, the super full moon is going to be the closest full moon, which is going to intensify all of the energies. It's 0 degrees of Virgo. That means that there's limitless possibilities and potential. So what we want to do during this full moon is we want to sort of let go of anything that sort of holds us back. Let go of the need to be, to overthink. Let go of any repetitive thoughts, any worries and fears of the future that you might have. Some of our core fears are being brought to the surface for this full moon to release those. So we want to make sure that we release them and kind of clear a way for new possibilities and new beginnings, fresh starts. I've had a lot of messages come through lately about fresh starts and new beginnings and things coming about. So I figured tonight what we would do is we're going to do a reading, a full moon in Virgo reading. So I'm going to pick, I'm going to do 4 cards, and each card is going to represent a different part of the healing that the full moon brings, and then we'll pull some clarifiers for each card to get a more rounded reading. And then at the end, I have an invocation if you'd like to stick around on there. We'll do that, send the healing energies out to everybody, and help you sort of release some of the things that you need to release. So, I guess we will, it's not quite 8 o'clock, I said 8 o'clock. So I will, I picked out a few decks for our clarifications. I got everything shuffled, so we'll just wait a couple more minutes because I did say we'll start at 8 o'clock. And then we'll get started. And hopefully my battery won't die and things won't fall apart like they sometimes do. And if you get a chance tonight, definitely do go out under the full moon and let it, if you can see it, let the rays come down on you and cover you and cleanse you, and definitely release anything that doesn't serve you. So make sure you do that. Where am I? I'm in my room. All right, we got 1 more minute. We're going to get started here. Alright, so we're going to pick 4 cards. The first card that we're going to pick. Alright, hold on. They're already starting. Angels or spirits, make me a clear channel to deliver these messages, remove my ego, and have messages come out for the collective and people drawn to this reading so that they might get clear messages for what they need to do pertaining to the full moon in Virgo. So the first card that I want to pick is what have you brought to the full moon to heal? What is the thing that we need to heal the most? What do we need to heal? Page of Wands. Hold on. There. So the Page of Wands is what we need to heal. Now we're going, before my battery dies, we're going to find out what area of our life needs to be organized, because Virgos are very organized and calculated. Not me, but most Virgos. What area of our life needs to be organized? So we're going to find out what we need to organize. That will be our second card. And then, how can we stay grounded moving forward? How are we going to stay grounded and move forward after we give up all the stuff that needs to be healed? The Emperor, very interesting. And what is the outcome of this full moon? What is going to be the outcome? And we have Justice. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. So, let me grab one more thing. Alright, so we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is going to be, and I just want to clarify with this deck. This is going to be the energy, what we brought to the full moon. What do we need to heal? So, the Page of Wands is about discovering your creative potential within yourself. A restlessness. You may have a vague feeling of dissatisfaction with the way things are in your life right now. Wanting to expand your horizons, wanting to kind of release and let go and move forward with things. You know, maybe you might have feelings of being held back or being bored. So kind of wanting something more for your life. So the Page of Wands energy is what we brought to heal. So we're kind of at a stage which makes sense at this point in our lives that we're kind of tired and done with some certain things, certain aspects, certain emotions, certain ways of thinking. And this isn't going to stay. So what we need to do is we need to bring that to the full moon and release it and heal it. So we're going to ask the full moon to, we're going to ask the full moon to definitely clear these stuck, stagnant energies out of our lives here. Now let me have the cards. Okay, so now we're going to pull some clarifiers for the Page of Wands energy. So this is the Tarot of the Heart. So since we're going to try to heal this energy of being restless and being stuck and being wanting more out of our life, what do we need to bring forth to heal? And one more, please. All right. So we have the Master. So the Master is the, I believe it's the Devil's energy in the regular Tarot. Yes. So this is the Devil's energy in the regular Tarot. So this is sort of being locked up and being fearful, closing up your heart because you fear you're not good enough or question your value, questioning whether you're worthy of being loved or ever find love. You're in a destructive cycle of negativity and low self-worth. And it's all self-imposed because you've put a cage yourself around this. So it's kind of a stuck energy. But you've placed those limitations on yourself. So we definitely need to get rid of this Devil's energy right now. We need to let go of fear. We need to realize that we are lovable, that we are, worthy of love, that find our self-worth, begin to love ourselves and really come closer to unconditional love and being able to give it and receive it. And that's the give and receive card came out. So what that card is about, it's about finding balance. So another thing that we need to bring to this full moon to heal is finding a balance between giving and receiving. Some people who might have this fear or this low self-worth might not feel worthy of actually receiving love. And therefore they don't give it either. They cage themselves off. They lock themselves up. So when we release this and open this up, now we're able now to give and receive more freely and find a balance in our life. So that's very important. It's a very important thing to bring to the table for healing. So let's find, this is the mystical healing cards. So let's find out what else we need to heal as far as this Page of Wands, this kind of stuck, low self-esteem, low self-worth, restless energy. So what else do we need to heal? They're sticky. All right. So we have the choice card. I'm going to read what it says in the book about the choice card. I haven't gotten that one recently. Oh, nice. Okay. So somewhere along the way, you've given up on the right to decide. You may have quit making choices under the pretext of being agreeable or putting someone else's needs before your own. It may be that decision making is too overwhelming. You might have too many options. You feel confused about a decision. All right. So this card represents So this is about being indecisive, and sometimes when we go through a long period of hurt, or or we're in a controlling situation, or we've locked ourselves up, we have a hard time making choices, and the overthinking and the overthinking and worrying about making a mistake or not making the right choice, not saying the right thing, that all gums you up and locks you away. So that's another thing we need to heal. Stop overthinking. Stop being indecisive. Listen to we say it all the time in these readings, listen to your heart. Your heart is how your soul communicates with you. And when you make decisions that are closer to your soul's purpose, that's what brings abundance and brings good things into your life. So you definitely want to start making choices, healing this overthinking and locked up energy, so that you can freely make choices that are good for you. Not good for everybody else, but good for you. What do you want? And when you make choices based on what your heart wants, the people that are really have your best interest at heart and are really close to you will be fine with those choices. So you don't have to worry about hurting people with the choices that you make. So that's another thing that we need to bring forth and heal: the overthinking, the indecisiveness. It's time to stand up and make choices based on what you want and based on what your heart tells you to do. So what else do we need to heal? This is the Twin Flame Tarot. I'm going to take a card from here. We're going to find out what else needs to come up for healing for us for this full moon. All right, so Protector. So the Protector card is about sort of watching from the outside looking in. Not wanting to engage, but kind of stepping back and just kind of watching a situation occur. So another thing that we might need to bring up to heal is our isolation from other people, wanting to just be a spectator and not be a participant. So it's time to heal those anxieties and really become part of your life. It's time to start living your life and not watching from afar. So let's grab another card. Ooh, that came right out. And fear. So fear also comes up. So we need to release, and again, with the devil's energy, that's all about fear of failure, fear of not being enough. So once we release the fear and get back in the game, start making choices, find the balance, these are all the things that we need to bring up in this full moon to get rid of. So let's get a message from Spirit. Let's do a Moonology card first, since it is a full moon. The energy is gaining momentum. So the moon has your back. The moon is going to help you escalate this clearing out and this opening up, this getting rid of all this stuff that no longer serves us, and moving forward into a more cleaner energy. So now let's get a message from Spirit. What does Spirit want us to know about the healing process, about what we need to heal? It says, don't make a decision based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So that's about overthinking, making choices, not worrying about what your decisions are how your decisions are going to affect other people, because that's their job. You make the decisions based on what you need in your life and how you want that to go. Okay? So that's what we need to heal with the full moon. So the next card that we pulled was the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands was what area of your life needs to be organized? What area of your life needs to be organized? So the Two of Wands, I'm going to look up what it says in this. Okay, so the Two of Wands is about having faith. It's about being creative, about formulating goals and ideas, focusing, not living up to your full potential. So what do we need to organize? We need to organize our thoughts. We need to get focused. We need to clear out the clutter and focus more on our goals and be more creative. So the first card that comes out is New Vitality. Let's pick one more. And Rebuild. So in order for us to focus and become more organized in our life, the Rebuild card, I'll get that one first. Is the tower in regular tarot. So the tower is all about breaking everything down, destroying everything come crumbling down, and having a new focus and having a new foundation and having new beginnings and new things to start rebuilding on. So the tower kind of, even though they talk about tower moments are very destructive, it is all about kind of breaking down the old and building up the new. And the New Vitality, what that means is revitalizing focus, enthusiasm, and joy. So seizing the energy and infusing more enthusiasm in all your relationships, having fun with other people, lifting your spirits, raising your vibration. So how do we get reorganized? How do we organize this unfocused and kind of what's the word? Kind of unfocused and chaotic energy. We definitely want to rebuild. We want to start fresh. We want to build from a solid foundation, and we want to bring in a new vitality, a new flair for your life. You want to be more creative. You want to do things that make you happy. Start building the life once you've kind of broken everything down. Now is a good time to restart, refocus, be more creative, rebuild a new foundation that's more to your purpose and more to how you want things to be in your life. Let's take a healing card on that. What do we need to focus on in order to rebuild and bring new vitality and organization? Reawaken. So the reawaken card, I'm going to see what it says in the book. Number 7 is about being suppressing a part of yourself. Embrace any hidden aspects of your nature. So maybe becoming aware of your inner child. There's a lot of inner child cards coming up in a lot of readings right now. And mostly it's because we've kind of shut ourselves off to, the possibility of things. We've become, sort of bogged down and just blah. And if we're in this fearful energy and we're in this, negative thought, your inner child, of course, is going to go to sleep, because all they want to do is come up and they want to have fun. They want to enjoy things. So in order, this new rebuilding and this new vitality that's coming in is going to reawaken your inner child. You're going to bring in more things that bring you joy and have more fun in your life, and that will spark more positive things coming up. Let's take a twin flame tarot. What else do we need to know about getting organized? We have messages. So messages is about communications. So becoming more focused and becoming more open and awakened in our life and bringing in more vitality, we talk about better communication. Kind of opening up and letting people know how you feel. They say, don't let a day go by that you don't tell somebody you love, that you love them, because you never know, tomorrow's never promised, type of thing. So there's words not being said, things being suppressed. You need to let that stuff out. It only makes things better. You can't hold stuff in. When you swallow emotions and you swallow stuff, you end up making yourself sick. And then we have solitude. So solitude, again, is not a good thing. So we're rebuilding, we're finding more vitality in our life, we're reawakening our inner child, and we're going to lose the solitude. It's time to hang with more people, invite more people into your life, open up your communications, and start getting the ball rolling to building something new. And that's a moon card. Is you're very close to achieving your goal. So the moon is just coming up to let you know that the focus, you're right there. All this stuff is going to come. When we break through this energy, all this focus and the rebuilding and the new vitality and all the things are going to come. So we're very close to achieving our goal. And the moon has your back. So what do we have? What message from Spirit do we have about getting organized and putting things back together? So we have forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So that flows very nicely. We're going to let go of this old stuff that no longer serves us and doesn't serve us. And then we're going to, in order to refocus on rebuilding and bringing in new energies, more creativity, thinking big, dreaming again, and imagining that things are getting better. Okay, so the next card, let's see, is how can you stay grounded moving forward? So we have the Emperor. The Emperor's energy is about being solid. It's about being let me read this here. It's about being responsible and on solid footing. It's a very strong, responsible type energy. Very powerful, very ethical. Progressing with certainty, being effective, being an authority. So how are we going to come out of this full moon energy? We're going to be more like the Emperor. We're going to be more on more solid ground. We're going to know exactly where we're going, what we're doing. We're going to have more clarity on how things are. We're going to be more focused. So let's get some energy about outcomes of the full moon. What else do we need to know about the outcome of the full moon? Okay, we have reach out. Outcome of the full moon. And embrace. Okay, so the embrace card, I believe, is the World. 21. Yes, the embrace card is the World. So that's achievements, welcoming, appreciating, dreams, wholeness, contentment. Things are coming together in alignment with what you really want for your life. The world is kind of at your feet. You're achieving things that you dreamed of. Everything's ready to manifest that you've wanted. Being whole again. More fulfilling relationships. Being grateful. Being content. So the reach out card signals sort of pulling together people, like-minded people, your family, your friends, your soul family, teamwork, helping others along the way. It's all part of the law of attraction. You know, you attract what you put out. So you're in the Emperor's energy. You're more solid. You're more grounded. And the world is kind of at your feet. Everything is ready and right there to manifest for you, things that you want. So this full moon is going to bring about a lot of change, good changes, good energies. And then we have the give back card. So part of receiving is, making sure that comes full circle. So if you are getting in good vibes in your life and you are manifesting things that you want and things that you need, you want to make sure that you reach out and you help other people along the way, possibly by teaching people how you made it through. What did you do in the full moon to give yourself the world, to make yourself the Emperor? How nice. We have emotional bliss. So on the other end of this full moon, we have the emotional bliss coming. It's sort of like a family energy. Being happy, being grounded, being, dreams coming true. That's kind of what the world card is about. What else do we need to know? What else is coming on the other side? We had 2 cards come out. So we have Mask and we have Surrender. So this to me is about, on the other end of the full moon, things that have been masked or hidden are going to come to the surface and be surrendered. So things that you might be hiding, your feelings that you might be hiding, things are all going to come up and come to the surface. But it's all going to be for your greatest and your highest good, emotional bliss. All this needs to happen. So the fear that you might have been holding back things is going to be gone. So now you're going to be able to surrender all that and kind of let it out into the universe, and kind of get it off your chest, which is usually a very fulfilling energy. And then we have bring love into the situation. So again, law of attraction, maybe by taking off the mask and letting your feelings be known, it's going to bring more love to you. If that's, that might be something that your heart desires at this point, emotional bliss. It might be a wish being fulfilled. And then we have healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed at this very moment. So yes, a lot of healing energies coming through with this full moon. So that's really beautiful. I like that. And the last card we have is, all right, that was the outcome of the full moon. So how can you stay grounded moving forward? And we have the Justice card. So the Justice card is about balance. It's about justice being served. It's about, healing old wounds and letting go of things that are holding you down and weighting you. So moving forward out of this, how are we going to stay grounded? We're going to find justice. We're going to find balance. So it's about finding balance, and it's about having justice, and kind of karma coming. Karma isn't always bad, so karma coming up for some people. So let's get 2 cards for clarification on justice and how to stay grounded moving forward. I'm gonna take those, they fell out. How do we stay grounded moving forward out of the full moon? Have the sacral chakra. And one more. How are we going to stay grounded? Seek. So the Seek card is about going within. It's about listening to your intuition. It's about introspection. It's about loving yourself and becoming one with yourself, making sure, this is the Hermit card, so making sure that you have a good balance, that you're okay inside as well as you're outside. And the sacral chakra is about, let me look this up this way. Relates to your emotions, your desires, creativity, and sexuality. So how do we stay grounded going forward? You want to make sure that your sacral chakra, your emotions, your inner and your outer world are in balance. the balance of the Justice card. Making sure that your mental and your emotional and your physical, everything is in balance and flowing. That will keep you grounded. What else do we need to know about going forward? Self-love. Beautiful. So you can't provide love. You can't send love out to the universe unless you can accept it. So you want to make sure that you have a good balance of your emotions and everything internally, and you're okay with yourself in your own environment, and you love yourself completely before, and that helps you to stay grounded. I guess one of my favorite little anecdotes is about not being able to pour from an empty cup. So instead of feeding people from your cup and not leaving anything for yourself, you want to make sure that your cup overflows and you feed people from the plate or the saucer and not from the cup, and leave the cup for yourself. That's not selfish at all. That's just making sure that you have enough to go around. And then we have planning. So you want to make sure going forward, staying grounded, you want to have a good plan. You want to make sure that you can make long-term plans. You can have dreams. You can manifest things in your future when you're this grounded and balanced. What else? What other cards? Let's see. What other messages do we need? How do we stay grounded going forward? Understanding. How perfect. So you need to have an understanding about your own wants and your own wishes, your own plans for the future. What do you want? What's going to make you happy? What's going to bring you the most joy in your life? And a Monology card. What do we need to know about staying grounded, moving forward out of this full moon energy? Expect powerful change. Awesome. So the full moon is going to bring about a lot of positive changes in people's lives. It's going to remove a lot of old emotions, old ways of thinking, karmic ties. It's just going to come through and clean house, helping us to rebuild the way we want it, rebuild here, giving us the world and emotional bliss, learning to love ourselves and finding balance for our inner and outer worlds. And one last message from Spirit. Where did that go? Only time will tell. So I guess to that, what this means is that be patient with yourself. This whole full moon is about releasing our fears and our worries and things, overthinking, things that hold us back and tie us down. So if we can release all these things that are no good for us anymore, that don't serve our higher purpose, that hold us in a lower vibration, we can start to rebuild. We can bring in new vitality, reawaken our inner child, start to open up communications and not be alone, heal things that need to be healed, bring in emotional bliss, have the world at our shoulders, justice and balance, understanding. So this full moon is going to be some very powerful energy. And that was an awesome reading. And I thank you for hanging in there with the whole reading. So what I want to do now is I want to do a quick full moon invocation for you all. So all you have to do is just sort of relax and concentrate, and I'll say the invocation, and this is going to help you release what you need to release in this full moon so that it brings you only the best and the balance of what these energies can bring. So everybody take a deep breath. Breathe out. Okay. I release that which is not mine. I release all obstacles to my path. I release limiting beliefs. I release fears and doubts. I release those relationships that no longer serve my higher good. I release attachment to outcome. I release externalized desire. I release pain and suffering as a means to growth. I release all that which is no longer in alignment with my highest self for the greatest good. So mote it be. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching, and make sure to go out and soak up that moon's energy. And have a good night.